Hello children, I hope you understand last topic. Now our next topic is a closer look administration and consolidation under the Khaljis and Tughlaqs. Before we start this topic, let me understand certain terms. First is Bandagan. Bandagan is a word in Persian. It means that the slave is purchased for the military services by Sultan. Then Iqta. Khaljis and Tughlaq appointed military commander as a governor of a territory of various size. They used to appoint many military governors. For that reason, they require persons, and this land were called as Iqtas. Actually, they appointed the commanders, and this territory was seized by these people, and this land were called as Iqtas. And Mukti and Iqtidar. The holders of Iqta, suppose you conquer one land, so you are that Iqta, that is called Iqta, and you conquer that land and you are that person, so you are Iqtidar, and the holder of Iqtas and Muktis are Iqtidar. Then next is client, some who have under protection of another and depend or hanger on, this is called a client. Suppose someone is dependent on others. So these are the few words in this topic. You have to write in your notebook, and please find out the keywords and write in your notebook, and you can send me on my mails, right? Then next point we will discuss is now what this Mukti's function when they are appointed. So what they will be doing? Naturally they will be doing something. So what are their functions? We will talk about that. Okay. Now let me discuss the functions of Mukti. What is that? Leads to military campaign. He is a leader. He has to meet the military campaign, Muktidar. Then maintaining law and order in their Iqtas. Suppose in their Iqtas means areas or territory, whatever the Sultan has given them. So they have to keep law and order, like पुलिस के जैसा, वो पुलिस के जैसा काम करता था. ठीक है. Then collect the revenue freedom from Iqtas and pay salary to the soldiers, and whatever the people are living in that area, जो भी उस area में जो भी लोग रहते थे उनसे वो पूरा revenue collect करता था. Collect the revenue and freedom Iqtas and pay the salary to the soldiers. And actually what they used to do, वो पूरा revenue collect करते थे और वो क्या करते थे, salary देते थे soldiers को. जो भी उसके area के जो soldiers थे, जो भी उसने अपनी टीम बनाता है, वो सोल्जर्स को सैलरी देने का काम भी इसी का ही था. ठीक है. ये तो सब फंक्शंस है मुक्तीस और इक्तेदार, दोनों में से भी एक. जो प्लेस पे रहता है उसको इक्तास बोलते हैं, और जो मुक्तीस वो जो वहाँ रहता है उसको बोलते हैं इक्तेदार. ओके. और मुक्तीस दोनों भी सेम हैं. ओके. देन अकाउंटेंट वेर केप्ट appointed for the state to check the amount of revenue collected by them, by the Muktis. Care was taken that the Mukti are collecting the taxes prescribed by the state, and they had even kept properly, and they had kept and required the number of soldiers, how many soldiers they want, how much requirement they needed, whether they are paying to the soldiers or not. Sometimes some Muktis may be taking a wrong decisions, but the Sultan used to take care of all these things, whether the soldiers are taken properly or not, and Mukti used to see whether the soldiers are more or not, how many soldiers are in this area. Everything he used to keep the record. So that are the Mukti performs their duty. So gradually some Muktis are becoming so stronger, and they become the Samantas. We will study further how at the time of this Alauddin Khalji and Tughlaq, actually they were rigorously imposed the duties. Actually, the services was rigorously taken by this, because they used to always war. So for the war they are always be ready, and they have to think about even not for their life also. So more war means their duties are more rigorously to be taken, right? How did the Sultan control the consolidated such a vast kingdom? So for this, let me recall how he control. So the consolidation and the control of the vast kingdoms needs a reliable governor and govern and even administrations. So the people those are appointed, they are very reliable to the Sultan. They should not cheat with Sultan. So second, the early Sultan trained the special slaves called Bandagan in Persian, who were purchased the military services, and they were trained and they held important political office even you can find. So these are the how they control the vast kingdom. See, whatever the points I am giving you now, you have to write this point. These are the PPTs, right? These PPTs can be converted into question and answers. Some question I will be discussing lastly. Naturally, the answers will be this only. So please, in case you are not understanding, write the points, read the textbook, the page number 39, and by that you will understand many things. So I am talking about the early Sultan. They used to trade the slaves because they purchased the slaves. I told you that the meaning is Bandagan, and they trained them, and they also gave some a political office. By that they will comfortable and they will do the work. Military size are called iktas, and commanders were appointed as the governors of the territory of the various size is called iktas. I told you just now in that first module. Now I am giving you the points. By that you will understand the concept of iktas and muktis. The holders of iktas were called as iktidar or muktis. They were responsible for the leading of military campaigns, maintaining law and order in iktas, and collecting revenue in the league of their duties and services. Accounts were appointed by the states and checked the amount of the revenue collected by the muktis. Under the Alauddin Khalji, the state brought the assessment and collection of land revenue under the Khalji. And you know, the right of the local chieftains to lay heavy taxes were cancelled, and they were also forced to pay the taxes. The Sultan administrator measured the land, and they kept carefully account. As per the land, they have to pay the taxes also, right? And there are so many 3 types of the taxes at the time. And please, one video I attach, so you have to watch that video. By that you will understand very easily this topic, and this topic is very important. These 2 topics are so important, this one and coming one. Both topics are so important. By that you will understand mostly the lesson. Now what is the 3 types of the taxes they were collected? Okay. Now we will solve this question. How was the administration consolidated under the Delhi Sultanate? Delhi Sultan require, I am dictating you write down. Delhi Sultan required reliable governors and administrators. Rulers, especially Iltutmish, favored a special slaves called Bandaga. Actually the Bandaga was done by Iltutmish for his purpose. Okay. They did not appoint aristocrats or landed chief as a governors. So Bandagans were trained for the important political office, that means for the whatever political work that you have trained for the important political office. They depend totally on their master, therefore Sultan could trust them. The Khaljis and Tughlaqs, next point, the Khaljis and Tughlaq continued this tradition, and they raised people for humble birth to high position. They were appointed as a generals and governors. They appointed as general and governors. All this led to an element of a political instability. All this led to an element for a political instability. Now, the three types of the taxes they were used to take from the people. First is on first is on cultivation. It's called khazra, and amount 50% of the peasants produce, whatever they had produced, they have to give the taxes on cattle and on houses. So this type of the taxes they used to cultivate, they used to take from the people. Then some important parts of the subcontinents we are going to see further topics where you can find how they control. It is important to remember that the large part of the subcontinent remain outside of control of the Delhi Sultan. It was difficult to control the distant provinces from Bengal, from Delhi, and soon they, after annexing the southern India, the entire region became independent. And even the Gangetic plain also was and forest area they cut down and they make so many things. We already discussed this thing, and we will see the difference of the Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq, the difference between Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq reign, and what you can compare how they had different strategies. We will see further.
In this module, you will learn about the strategies adopted by the Delhi Sultanate to administer and consolidate its empire. Between 1206 and 1526, the Delhi Sultanate fought many battles to expand its region. The administration and integration of such a vast kingdom required reliable administrators. Earlier rulers appointed their heirs, chieftains, and aristocrats as governors. But Sultan Iltutmish started appointing special slaves called Bandagan for administration and military services. Later, the Khiljis and Tughlaqs not only continued using the slaves, but also raised ordinary people to high positions such as governors and generals. They depended on these administrators for their loyalty to their masters. However, sometimes the conflict between the old and new nobility led to political instability in the region. From some of the Persian Tawarikh, we come to know that the rulers were often criticized for these appointments. The rulers assigned military commanders the job of regional governors. Each region was called Iqta, and the governor was called Iqtadar or Mukti. The Mukti were appointed for a period of time. They were responsible for maintaining law and order in their region, leading military campaigns, and collecting tax, for which they were paid a salary. From the collected tax, the Mukti had to pay the salary of his soldiers and his own. During the time of Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq, accountants were appointed to track the amount of tax collected. They also used to check that the Muktis collected tax as ordered by the state, and that they maintained the proper number of soldiers in the army. The Delhi Sultans brought the hinterland of the cities under their control and imposed their authority on the local chieftains and rich landlords called Samandars. Under Alauddin Khilji, the land was reassessed and collection of land revenue was brought under the control of the state. Administrators were assigned to measure the land. Revenue collectors were assigned to maintain strict control over accounts. Rights of the local chieftains to impose tax were revoked, and they were forced to pay tax. The state imposed three types of taxes on its subjects: on cultivation, known as kharaj, on cattle, and on houses. However, it is important to remember that the empire was still expanding. There were many areas that were not directly controlled by the Sultan, and many areas that would gain independence soon after being conquered. Thus, we see that administration and consolidation of the empire was a highly difficult but important task, and that the sultans trusted their loyal slaves to help them perform these tasks instead of heirs. You have now reached the end of the module